Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome back to USA's Wild Blitz. I'm your host, USA, and today I'm here to discuss a very big issue inside the community right now of what are these marks next to the enemy and mainly my ally teams, and what do they mean? Well, see, in the game, we have two prestiging systems per se in the game currently. We have ranks, which they introduced before this, which are basically calculated on your XP and how many credits you can spend inside the game. Basically, they're pretty much useless because all you have to do is just play the tank a lot. But marks of excellence are totally different. You see, marks of excellence are calculated based upon your performance inside the vehicle by XP. So, capping bases, dealing damage, helping teammates, like several factors inside of it goes into calculating marks of excellence. So, for example, you might cap a base and you get, I don't know, 40 XP. I don't know the modifiers on these, but you get some XP and you shoot a tank and then you ram somebody or you whatever, damage somebody's track. That's a big thing. Damaging somebody's track and then your teammates shooting them several ways, damaging modules, whatever. Anything inside what you're doing inside the game. That is directly contributed to your marks of excellence. So, with that being said, you can see when you reach 65%, which is over all the statistics, I believe, for 14 days after the release of the vehicle, and then you can start earning marks. And you have to have the gun mark XP is constantly calculated by your past 50 games. So if you're only dealing, let's say you're only on your 30th battle inside the vehicle, it's not going to get you your maximum marks. It's just plain and simple. It's just not going to get you your maximum marks. But when you get to 65%, you will get your first gun mark. And then you'll get your second at 85%. And at your third, you'll get 95%. So that's basically how gun marks work. Now, gun marks differ on difficulty depending upon the vehicle. Like if we're talking about, say, an E6, this one is going to be more difficult because the E6 is a very well-known tank to be a professional tank and very well known for high damage and doing consistent high damage numbers. It's well known in the professional community, so it would be a very hard 3 mark. But say something as a T57, it may not be as hard. Like it's going to be hard, but it's not going to be as hard. So you can see that on different tanks, the difficulty may be different. So also the gun marks differ. So for example, as you can see, it's a star whenever you mark a tank in the American nation. In Germany, it's a 3 lines. I believe I've marked, yeah, I have this guy. You can see right here the 3 lines. And then for Russians, it is a red star. I believe I'll put a little PPF of it up there. And then for uh, British, it's just a line. It's just like a silver line, I think, going around the barrel. And then for Japanese, it's like a axe kind of thing. And then for Chinese, I think it's another star. I think, but it's different. Um, and then bot shot, it's a line. Or French, it's a line. For these, now for the European nation tanks, they differ. So for like the Polish tanks, they have like their own little insignia for it. It's kind of neat. The Caro, which is Italian, is going to just have the lines. The I think the Czechs. I can't remember what the Czechs have. I think it's just the lines. I think it's lines, and then it's also the same way with that. And then for the Polish, it's their insignia. So that's how it works. Those are your marks of excellence and what they look like. And that goes across the entire game. Now, of course, this is where it differs from World of Tanks, is that we have Blitz Nation tanks inside the game. And we have Blitz Nation tanks that are actually in tier 9. So that means currently they are available to mark. And currently I think it's just lines if you mark them. Or are they turned off? I can't remember. No, they are not turned off. So, currently I think they are lines, but if you are in the World of Tanks Blitz official Discord server, which if you are not already, please join that server because it will keep you up to date. Way more than I ever will. So, they are hosting a competition inside of that Discord server where they are voting what the icon is, and I think it comes out in like early December-ish. We'll get the icon or insignia that will be the actual gun marks. But currently, I think it's just lines, as with the nations that just decide, yeah, we don't care, we're just putting lines on our vehicle. So, to each their own. But anyway, I just wanted to say that I hope you go and enjoy that. I hope now you understand. If you do have someone that has a first mark, they are at least pretty experienced in their vehicle. A 2 mark I would actually consider to be very good. And a 3 mark, yeah, they've either played that tank absolutely insanely well, or they're just a really good player. Really, really good player. So, now that you know, I hope this helps, and I hope you go and grind marks for yourself. They're not going to be easy. You might be able to get a first, depending upon your skill level, because your skill level is really going to depend upon where you can hit marks on. But anyway. Alright, well, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.